Meeting's now called to order. Would you please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance?
flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
May we have a roll call, please?
Mr. Prince?
Here.
Mr. Person?
Here.
Ms. Palmer?
Here.
Mr. Corman?
Here.
Mr. Taylor?
Here.
Mr. Pavoni?
Here.
Ms. Perez?
Here.
Roll call, Mr. Mayor, all present.
Thanks, Jason. So the first item on the agenda is a very special presentation from the Community Services Department. We have Terry Agashiyama.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor and Council President, council members, and audience. It's my pleasure tonight to be here to be able to brag a little bit, which I can take no credit for. This is just about being with the presence of working with a good team. I'm Terry Higashiyama. I'm head of the Community Services Department. And we have some wonderful things we want to share about the things that are happening that you've been a part of and that I think make an incredible difference for our community. First of all, there are a few grants we've received that are helping things happen. We want to share those with you. The first one is the new Life Jacket Loaner Program. Chris Stimson was able to secure a grant that has put 50 life jackets on a stand down at the boat launch area. We're hoping this makes boating safer and that people will use those jackets and get rid of ones that maybe they've had in their garage or stored away that aren't quite as good. And if we miss them, that's just fine too. We like people to use them, and they have been, especially as the weather's been so warm. So we're really happy to add those to the boat launch down there. We also were very lucky in the last couple weeks to receive a van from Metro King County Council member Mr. Updegrow and the King County Council, which gives these vans out. We're going to be using this for some of our programs, the senior center and our youth programming, to get people around to some of our trips and tours and our other activities. And so that's very much appreciated, and we appreciate Mr. Mayor helping us secure that grant. We've also been very fortunate to receive some funds to help our farmers market. The King County Conservation District gave us a 2015 year grant for $10,500, which will help with our marketing and our promotion of the farmers market. We also received with the Partners to Improve Community Health $20,539, which will be allotted to us for 3 years in a row. That a grant amount to help us with the farmers market and our EBT, which helps some of our low-income families be able to secure fresh vegetables and fruit. And then from United Way King County, we received $2,500 and 4 AmeriCorps members that will be helping with our summer lunch program. We will be at over 20 sites this year out in the community, and those young workers will be out helping with activities and helping serve lunch and making sure that kids have active things going on besides just coming to enjoy lunch with us. And the market and the farmers market and the lunch program bring lots of people together if you visited any of those sites during the summer. So we're very excited to share those with you. I think that helps, and it tells you something about the staff that's always working to bring community together in those partnerships about making sure we fit. So we also have some very special awards that we want to share with you tonight. WRPA recently held their conference end of April, first part of May, and they give out numerous awards, but they're very select on who receives them. And
Terry, excuse me, would you let people know what
I'm sorry, thank you, sir. It's the Washington Recreation and Parks Association. Using that lingo and I forget. Thank you very much. Recently held their annual conference, and we received 2 outstanding awards for 2 of the things that we've been working on for a long time. The first one went to the May Creek Trail. We're very excited. It was looked at as the best trail and outdoor access for this last year in the state of Washington. As you know, some of our staff members have been working 20-plus years to put the May Creek pieces together. Leslie Batlock and others, I'll just mention it. And we're still working on those last pieces, but we got the first part of that trail, and we're hoping to get the second part of that trail connection. So we are very excited to be acknowledged for best trail and outdoor access for the May Creek Trail.
Very nice.
The second award we received was the Cultural Competency and Inclusive Play. No doubt that's not a surprise that it was the Meadowcrest Playground. You know all the partners that have come together. We came many times asking you for support with the community that came together for us and made that playground happen. So we would like to present these to you, Mr. Mayor. I'm going to have Leslie bring them up to you and the council.
They're nice.
And we will take a picture at the end with all of these, if that's all right. So I'll have you take those up to the mayor.
Very nice.
We'll do a picture right at the end, if that's okay with you. Thank you. Now we have an award that was a surprise to the person who received it, and we caught her off guard. Although we knew about it, she did not. I'm going to ask Sean Daly, the supervisor from the Senior Center, to come and present the next award.
Sean Daly, Senior Center Supervisor. It is my honor to introduce Debbie Little, who is our Recreation Coordinator at the Renton Senior Center. She was awarded the Professional of the Year Award for 2015 by the Washington State Association of Senior Centers. This is the annual award they give out, and it's really a big deal in regard to senior centers. We were at the conference in May. There was approximately 75 people there, representing about 50 senior centers throughout the state of Washington. And Debbie Little was named the Professional of the Year, which we were really proud of. Debbie is a dedicated and caring employee who has worked over 35 years with the city of Renton. She began her career with youth programs, then special populations, and she's worked the past 27 years at the Renton Senior Activity Center. Debbie found her calling at the center and has a true passion working with senior citizens. This passion is reflected in her work and makes Debbie the ultimate professional. Her ability to be creative, look for trends, and thinking outside the box has been a key to the success of the Renton Senior Activity Center. I have had the opportunity to work with Debbie for the past 27 years. I see her high degree of integrity, challenge, and drive every day, and how these traits have had such a positive effect on our center. Debbie is so deserving of this award. Debbie is a quiet leader who never asks for recognition, nor really wants recognition, but the time has come for her to receive it. I'd like to introduce Debbie Little.
Congratulations, Debbie. We know it's well-deserved. The other thing we know is that you were a youth when you started as a counselor.
Yeah,
So,
35 years, I probably wasn't.
You were a youth, but congratulations.
Thank you.
Well-deserved.
It's very much an honor to represent the Renton Senior Activity Center with this award, and quite an honor to receive it, so thank you.
Nice job.
Last but not least, the Washington Recreation and Park Association also looks at distinguished members and gives a distinguished award for those that retire from Parks and Recreation but have given service beyond their years. Not a surprise that Bonnie Rarisich was honored with the Distinguished Service Award. We have talked often and long about all the things, and this is hard for me even today to say it because I miss her a lot, about all the things that she has done for this city. 40 years working through our Special Populations Program, putting the Special Events Committee together, making sure that we had programs running when I remember her collecting popsicle sticks so we could do arts and crafts and all the things that she did just to make sure everyone in this community had a place to fit in. Both her and Jerry exemplified what a city employee can do, but they also walked the talk and made sure everybody found their part in Parks and Recreation. So Bonnie Rarisich, I'd love for her to come up and recognize her for her Distinguished Service Award.
Come on, Bonnie, you got to say a few words.
Well, thank you. It's been my honor to be able to serve the community of Renton, and Debbie Little was one of my interns. With that shows you how much of a history we have together. Thank you.
Congratulations, Bonnie.
So we'd like to take a picture with all of you, and I just want to say thank you again for all of your support. We're lucky enough to be able to put these things on the community because of what you give us, and you give us the opportunity to make sure that we're continuing to make these things happen. So thank you very much to all of you. We really
Mr. Mayor?
appreciate it.
Yes, Mr. Person.
I just have to add to this. I've
I'm at the senior center and worked with Bonnie for a lot of years, and with Jerry, and just everybody sitting in this room. And the dedication that we have from all of our employees, citywide, but especially from community services. And Debbie, those people at the senior center love you.
Yes.
It is so fun to go in there and see what a welcoming place that is. But I just got to say, I really, really appreciate the dedication of all of you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think I've got, will you hand me those plaques, Armando?
Right up against, right where Mr. Mayor is, you're gonna just.
Hey, Bonnie,
Yes,
you're almost like a kid when I was there first.
You were pretty much a kid then.
Need to get the thorn among those roses down there in that front row.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I can't see.
Not used to flying.
I know. That's what it is.
Well, thank you, Terry, and thank you to all of your staff members that make a big difference in our city and well-deserving awards and recognition. So that's very, very well done. Thank you very much. Okay, now we're going to move on to an appeal. Mr. Corman.
Yes, Mr. Mayor. The Planning and Development Committee has a report to present.
Planning and Development Committee Committee Report, Reserve at Tiffany Park Preliminary Plat Appeal. The Planning and Development Committee, after reading the submissions and hearing oral arguments, finds there was no substantial error in fact or law and recommends that the full council affirm the decision of the hearing examiner. This is signed by the committee chair and members.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes, Mr. Corman.
Move approval of the committee report.
Second.
Been moved by Mr. Corman, seconded by Mr. Pavoni. The council concur with the committee report. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Okay. That takes care of that. Thank you very much. Next is administrative report. Mr. Covington.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, Council, a couple of things. The Office of State Fire Marshal and the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms and Explosives will be conducting a demonstration of illegal explosive devices typically found and used during the 4th of July this Friday, June 12th, at our fire training center in the afternoon. People close to the area may hear some loud bangs, possibly even ground vibration. They apparently going to blow up some pretty big stuff. This is a demonstration mostly for the media. I would not encourage the public to go. There won't be an opportunity. We're not going to set up grandstands or anything. This is just something to demonstrate the kinds of devices that we in fact find during the 4th of July, and to just show how potentially crippling they can be, because they are illegal, and that's why we don't allow them in the city. So we just wanted to let folks know if they do hear noises, it is actually planned, and if they do have questions, they can contact our fire marshal's office. We do have a couple of street maintenance projects this week. Want to just let folks know. Tomorrow around 8:30, and for most of the day until about 3:30 or so, the eastbound inside main traffic lane and westbound left turn lane of Northeast 4th Street at Duval Avenue will be closed for repair of a broken conduit. And also tomorrow through the end of the week, from between 9 and 3:30, we'll be doing some periodic lane closures along Benson Road between I-405 overpass to SR 515, so our crews can complete a paving project. So folks just need to be aware that's going on. And in a couple of weeks, June 22nd through the 26th, our maintenance crews will be out doing some preventive cleaning of the lake sewer line, and so residents along the shoreline of Lake Washington, between the south end of the lake up to the 4,000 block of Lake Washington Boulevard, will probably see our crews out there. We'll be hanging some door hangers just to let folks know. That's all, Mr. Mayor.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes, Mr. Kerman.
Can I ask again, when those explosions would happen?
Yes, Friday between 1:30 and 3 at our fire training center.
Okay, good, in case anybody hears those, thanks.
Right.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we don't have anybody signed up for audience comments, so moving on to the consent agenda, we have 3 items for council consideration. Do you have, any council member have any item you'd like to pull for discussion?
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Mr. Prince.
seeing none, I move that the consent agenda be adopted as presented.
Second.
It's been moved by Mr. Prince, seconded by Mr. Pavoni, that council concur with the consent agenda. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Moving on to unfinished business, Mr. Prince.
No unfinished business, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, Mr. Person.
No unfinished business, Mr. Mayor.
Ms. Palmer.
No unfinished business.
Mr. Corman.
No unfinished business, Mr. Mayor.
Mr. Taylor.
I hear an echo, no unfinished business over here as well.
Thank you. Mr. Pavoni.
No unfinished business.
And Ms. Perez.
No unfinished business, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, thank you. Moving on to resolutions and ordinances. We don't have any. So,
Everything's finished.
we'll move on to new business. Mr. Prince.
Yes, Mr. Mayor. On Monday, June 15th at 6 p.m., we have committee of the whole here in the council chambers. We have 2 items on the agenda. We have the 2015 comprehensive plan update, and that is a briefing. And we have the WashDOT turnback of State Route 900 and State Route 515. And that is all, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Person.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, on Monday, June 15th at 5:30 PM, the Finance Committee will meet in the council conference room. 2 topics, vouchers and emerging issues in revenue streams.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Palmer.
Yes, the Transportation Committee will meet tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock. That's June 9th in the council conference room. We have 2 items on the agenda. The first is the 2016 through 2021 6-year Transportation Improvement Program, and the second is emerging issues in transportation. And that's it.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Corman.
No new business this week, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, Mr. Taylor.
No new business.
Okay, Mr. Pavoni.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, on June 15th at 3:45 in the council conference room, the Public Safety Committee will be meeting. We have 3 issues. Marijuana law update, 2 will be photo enforcement update, and 3 is Regional Fire Authority process briefing. That is all, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Perez.
No new business, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, thank you. So, audience comment. Anybody that would like to address the council from staff?
Move we adjourn?
Second.
So we moved to second that we adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We're adjourned.
Before staff.